Well, it looks like we have a full audience and some folks in our gallery here, so we're ready to get started. Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Douglas,
Here.
Senator Howell, Senator Neal, Senator Schickel, Senator Smith, Senator Storm, here. Senator Turner, here. Senator Yates, Vice Chair Girdler, here. Chairman Carpenter.
Here. We have a quorum and are ready to do business. First little act, we do have an intern this year, and he's actually standing up, walking out, passing information out, so we like to embarrass him right off the bat here. And I promise that we always wait for a while to have our committee, so you don't have to come to too many of them, and so that's kind of what everybody likes. So Braden Jennings is a junior at Kentucky Wesleyan, so we appreciate you being here, Braden, and being involved. We also have we'll have some guests introduced if anybody has one. I think Senator Turner.
I have a young man.
Senator, if you don't care to use your microphone there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The young man from Louisville, Kentucky, sitting back there, named Andrew. He's been working with me all this term, doing a good job, so welcome him.
Appreciate it. Well, I guess we're ready to get right into business. We have Senator Girdler. Did you have anything?
No, I was just going to thank him for taking care of Turner.
Oh, yeah. You probably need to tell him even more. But no, we appreciate everybody being here, and we're ready to get started. You know, we try to wait till we have issues that are of importance and try not to have too many meetings. That's kind of my philosophy in all this. And so our first bill will be Senate Bill 29, Senator Storm. If you have any guests, I know that we do have a sub that we've already passed out prior to the meeting so everybody could see it. This is an issue that we've been addressing and talking about for some time and had lots of folks working the issue, and we've got everybody, I think, on board, Senator Storm. And so if you want to introduce yourself and introduce your guest for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Brandon Storm, Senator of the 21st District.
Paula Smith, Vice President, Legal Services, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Company.
Robert Payne, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Company, Vice President of Claims.
Do you want to go ahead and adopt the sub, Senator Storm?
Yes, please, Mr.
Do we
Chairman.
have a motion on the sub? Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The sub is adopted. That way you're speaking of the bill and the sub.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, we've worked with a wide range of people on this committee sub, Kentucky Farm Bureau, who's here with me today, the Insurance Institute of Kentucky, the National Insurance Crime Bureau, Kentucky Justice Association, SafeLight, the Alliance of Automotive Innovation, all of which are represented here today in the gallery. Senate Bill 29 with the committee sub is a consumer safety measure that focuses on curbing fraudulent activities Kentuckians have fallen victim to. Following the passage of recent legislation in Florida that put parameters around insurance claims for auto glass and the assignment of benefits, Kentuckians became a prime target. As many of you know, Kentucky is a no-deductible state for auto glass, and I want to note the bill does not change that. However, it does put guardrails in place so that Kentuckians are not taken advantage of because we are a no-deductible state. Upon approaching consumers, auto glass companies oftentimes will indicate that these repairs are free. However, they entice the individuals to assign their benefits regarding these claims. Oftentimes, the assignment results in the insurance company paying a reasonable price for fixing these, but oftentimes it results in litigation between the auto glass companies and the insurance companies because the benefits have been assigned. The insured oftentimes doesn't even realize that they're in the middle of a lawsuit until it's too late. This has been a based primarily because of out-of-network or out-of-state companies that are coming into Kentucky. In fact, Florida has had more than 46,000 auto glass lawsuits filed in 2023. And Senate Bill 29 is an effort to stop the Kentucky activity.
Motion on the bill.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Do I have any questions? This thing's been rolled up down the hallway several times now. I think everybody's in pretty good shape on it. There's nobody to talk to on the other side of it. I don't think that's signed. But Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Douglas,
Aye.
Senator Girdler,
Aye.
Senator Howell, Senator Neal, Senator Schickel, Senator Smith, Senator Storm,
Aye.
Senator Turner,
Aye.
Senator Yates, Chairman Carpenter.
Aye. Senator Storm, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I know you're a good attorney, so you know when it's time to move on.
That's exactly right, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else needed on this bill? Senator Douglas had a question.
Senator Storm, I just want to thank you for bringing this bill. I think this is something that we've needed for a long time. Something that just really has sort of, slipped through the fingers of everyone. And I think this will make the people of the Commonwealth aware of some of the things, some of the dishonesty that does occur, and will help to educate them more when they go have things done with their vehicles. So I want to thank you for bringing this bill.
Thank you.
Senator Girdler, I'm sorry.
I want to thank you too. Anytime they close something down in Florida, we get them in Kentucky afterwards. So we ought to send somebody down there to watch them to do what they do so that we don't get their riffraff here. So, but yeah, thank you for bringing the bill.
Appreciate your work. Your bill passes, and we look to it moving to the floor, Senator Storm.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, committee members.
Thank you all. Senate Bill 139, an act relating to investment advisors. Chairman McDaniels, appreciate you being here today. Anytime we have the chairman of A&R, when it's a long session, we always appreciate that because we get to buddy up to him too. So that's why I wanted to move his bill right to the front to get this done. I'm sure I've got something I need to get done. Oh, you're already ready to make a motion. You're not used to that, Senator McDaniels. People jerking on your hallway that want you to be the Santa Claus, right?
Never, Mr. Chairman.
If you will introduce yourself and proceed with your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chris McDaniel, I'm the State Senator for the 23rd Senate District, and do appreciate your indulgence in this bill today. This is almost identical to Senate Bill 109 from last year, which passed both chambers. It has had a minor correction since then that made it palatable to our only known opposition to it. This legislation, very simply, is not something where Kentucky is getting ahead of the curve. It's actually something where 45 states already do this. It deals with private financial investment funds with qualified investors, and very simply allows for folks who do not maintain the current certifications that are required to do 401k style plans to oversee those plans in the Commonwealth. Currently, what happens is these funds are here. They are comprised of a very small number of high net worth investors who take part in them and meet certain federal criteria as a more sophisticated type of investor. But right now what's happening is these funds are simply relocating right outside of Kentucky's borders. We have several from northern Kentucky that are actually located in Cincinnati. Louisville has some that are located over in Jeffersonville. It's a common thing.
Second.
Are there any questions? Senator, you fine with that, I would assume?
Mr. Chairman, if it meets your pleasure, I'm always fine with it.
I appreciate that. Well, we did have a lot of discussion about this last year. We actually met over on the Senate chambers. You had a constituent come up because it really affected at that time probably more of the border areas more than probably people in central Kentucky, but I think it's something that was needed, so appreciate you bringing those folks up and your aptitude to stay right after it. And so with that being said, we'll have the Secretary please call the roll.
Senator Rocky Adams. Senator Douglas.
Aye.
Senator Girdler. Senator Howell. Senator Neal. Senator Schickel. Senator Smith. Senator Storm.
Aye.
Senator Turner.
Aye.
Senator Yates. Chairman Carpenter.
Aye. I mean, if I really want to push the issue and butter up, I guess I could put it on consent, but we better not do that. The leadership
I
will probably
think Senator
fuss
Rocky Adams might struggle with that.
But we appreciate you coming and appreciate you working on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, members of the committee. Appreciate it.
Senate Bill 158, an act relating to settlements with minors and declaring an emergency. This is an issue that we've worked on, I think, last year and talked about during the interim, and Senator Girdler has worked on this issue very hard, and so we appreciate his work. And Senator Girdler, I'll let you introduce yourself for the record and introduce any guests you may have.
Thank you, Chairman Carpenter. I'm Senator Rick Girdler from District 15. My driver is Chris Nolan, and he's the brainchild behind this cleanup.
All right.
And so I'm going to let him do, all it is what we're supposed to be doing when we have a bill that does something that we don't intend for it to do on one end. So this is just a cleanup, and I'm going to let him explain.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Senator Girdler. Chris Nolan with the Insurance Institute of Kentucky. This is one of those cleanup bills from a bill in 2022, Representative Joe Fisher sponsored and passed House Bill 170, which was legislation that outlines standards and procedures for settling small insurance claims involving minors under the age of 18. The legislation set up a process by which the minors and their parents can settle a small personal injury claim of $25,000 or less by affidavit instead of going through the lengthy court process. So it allowed
Motion on the bill.
Have a motion and a second. These guys are experienced. They know when to let it ride. So is there any questions or comments? I think everybody understands the issue. Appreciate your all's work on it. I'll ask the secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Rocky Adams, Senator Douglas,
Aye.
Senator Girdler,
Aye.
Senator Howell, Senator Neal, Senator Schickel, Senator Smith, Senator Storm,
Aye.
Senator Turner, Senator Yates,
Yes, sir, please do.
I vote aye. I just wanted to say thank you. As a personal injury lawyer that deals with this, there's a lot of time and money, a lot of times of the settlement that's spent wasted that otherwise didn't have to be. So I think this helps a lot of young people who we're covering. So thank you.
Chairman Carpenter.
Aye. We've got 3 bills done in a bipartisan fashion in 15 minutes. So see, that's why we wait to have the good ones to bring to the committee. So Senator Girdler, appreciate your work, and this bill passes, and we'll look forward to seeing it on the floor. Chris, we appreciate your efforts on it. Is there any other business that needs to come before the committee? I appreciate you, Senator. We are adjourned.